Pleasure to meet you all at last, and welcome back to Why's That 2.0. So now, here's another big question out here that I got for Why's That 2.0, and of course, this user down below certainly had a pretty good thing going on. Pretty good intention, actually, because this is a question that I've been anticipating for a long time. This question is simply says to me, why is that feature films, documentaries, and other assorted projects happen to really be compiled onto your channel? And now, I'll be perfectly honest with you on that. Feature films and documentaries. Where do I pretty much begin from there? I will say for certain that feature films and documentaries are projects that I occasionally pull off. But for a while now, I haven't really done anything new about documentary-related things out there. And as a matter of fact, not long ago have I uploaded a certain part to a feature film documentary, which is basically known as Nerf Secrets Revealed Bolts of Intrigue Part 1 Re-Release Edition. And to be honest about that, I'm actually pretty surprised with how it turned out. It was a pretty good 51 minutes. It included a lot of new footage, as well as some extra footage to fit in the scenes that were already compiled together to make the part of the film. And of course, there was also some more elaborate credits, and there was even an end credits scene, which is just simply me sitting on a couch, announcing to people that if they've come this far, if they've watched the whole thing right there, then they better be prepared for what Part 2 has to offer. But as I've said in there, Part 2 is still quite a while away from now, from being released. I do have it planned on being released on November 29th, so please be sure to keep a lookout for that. It is just around 5 months from now before I have to simply do that. So, as I'm going to say right now, feature films and documentaries are certainly going to be some pretty big and kind of expensive projects that I'd have to put together. But rest assured, the profit will necessarily come from the amount of monetization or ad revenue that I can pretty much pull off, just from people watching the film. Of course, if I can, in fact, get a lot of promotion or sponsorship based off of them, then that would be another pretty big way for me to be able to simply gain profit from all of it. And now, in total, the documentary, which was also a Nerf Secrets Revealed based piece of content that I had put together last May, just some time before I had released the original variant of Part 1 of Bolts of Intrigue, that was kind of a cheap project for me. It was only about $925. Considering how every piece of clothing that has been used, every single piece of, equipment that I have, and everything that I use a lot is featured in there, that's pretty much what I would count towards the total budget that I would have needed to pretty much fit in. And to be honest about that, even though there were lots of times where I have bought a lot of these items way before that I have filmed a lot of these things, I'm still going to have them included as part of the budget to make the project itself. And the documentary itself was, of course, around $925 because of the fact that I've used a couple pairs of shoes, a couple pairs of socks, some underwear, some shorts, shirts, hats, glasses, a few of each pretty much, as well as a couple of Nerf blasters that I've also used, a laptop, mouse, cameras, because I've had 2 of them, mind you that, and my smartphone, of course. Combined, that would make about $925. So that's pretty much it there. But it gets even better when you put it to such pieces of feature film related work as Nerf Secrets Revealed Part 1 Original Release. That one right there was nearly $2,000. Because simply put, I've had a full outfit, 1 pair of underwear, 1 pair of socks, 1 pair of shoes, 1 shirt, 1 shorts, 1 pair of glasses, which eventually brought out to about 2 pairs of glasses, and then 1 cap. But I had also brought along 2 different cameras, a tripod, my smartphone, and a couple other things, which of course were in a bag that I had, along with the bag itself, and several Nerf blasters. Not to mention, the entire wall of Nerf blasters themselves were at least a few $100s in total. If you put it all together, then that's pretty much what you get. But in general, let's just say that the original re-release of Part 1 that I had uploaded just some time ago, last month, was way more expensive. It was nearly quadrupled the price. Because I had a few other outfits that I had put on together, and of course I've also had some of the same cameras, the same tripods, same smartphone, but I've also brought along a lot of new blasters and a lot of other things around here and there, as well as packed my bag full of some other new items that I had bought in the time between August and May. Not to mention, there were also a couple of cars that I've used. Yeah, not joking. Because at the time that I had been filming the re-release version of Part 1, before I had released it this past May, I had my driver's license. So I was able to start driving on my own, and that of course is what made production a whole lot easier for me. But of course, to count the car itself that I had used for the majority of the film itself, which was basically just a damaged, somewhat vandalized Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4, I probably would say, because, well, I wasn't technically the one who bought it in the first place months ago, but of course it might have been at least a few $1,000s, so that's probably just a rough estimate, but to count that towards the total cost of the production itself, I would say it's probably around $6,000. So that's about triple the cost of how it was to make the original version of Bullets of Intrigue Part 1. But who knows how Part 2 is going to take place? It might be quadruple of that cost, maybe $24,000, who knows? Well, one thing's for sure though, I will certainly have a lot of new documentaries and feature film related projects coming for you very soon. So for those people who are going to have questions about this, then well, please be sure to ask any of them if possible. But I do in fact have a lot of other WiseDat questions I got to answer, so of course, this is pretty much it. The end of the road here. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.